Hey everybody, how's it going? I'm Austin from Boss, and right now we're going to go over tone settings and channel memory on the Katana-100 amplifier. So what are tone settings and what are channel memories? Well, tone settings are basically the settings that you want to get your sound, or the texture or the shape of your sound. So the Katana-100 will allow you to do that in multiple different ways. So one, you can adjust the gain structure of that sound simply by moving the gain knob up and down on any of the amplifier selected types. Now the amplifier types are going to change in gain structure as you move further up, they'll get higher in gain. So if you need more gain, you go to like the lead or the brown sound. If you need cleaner or lower gain, you might want to go for the clean sound or the acoustic sound. And you can adjust the gain structure accordingly. You can get crunchy cleans, you can get clean crunches, all sorts of fun stuff like that. And then next, as far as tone, is always going to be EQ. Now, a lot of guitar players miss the EQ portion of an amplifier and kind of just set everything down the middle, but it's very, very important to kind of know about that. So I like to have the bass a little cranked because of the pickups I'm using on this guitar. And again, you can add more bass, take away bass, you can add more treble, and this will actually change depending upon what your setting is when you're going into the situation. So if you're in a live setting and you're playing with a band, you're probably going to want a little bit more mids and trebles so you can cut through the mix of a band. If you're recording at home and using microphones and stuff like we're using here, you might want to turn up the bass a little bit so you can get a little bit more richness from the speaker. So really, really cool that you can do that. And then the other fun part about the Katana is that you get 15 built-in effects with 55 other effects that you can use and swap out using Boss Tone Central, which we'll go in a future video. So now, let's say we wanted to take that tone and add some cool effects to it. So I like using choruses on my cleans. So we're gonna take the booster mod knob here, and we're gonna take it and we're gonna move it all the way to the right until we go past that halfway middle point. And now we get this button that's on top of it that'll change color. And the different colors will correlate to the different types of modulatory effects. So orange or yellow is going to be a phaser, green is going to be a chorus, and red is going to be a flanger. So I'm going to use a chorus for this one and go ahead and have a nice little chorus going on, and this is what it sounds like. A nice, full, lush, and rich chorus sound. Gotta love it. Next thing, we can add delay and secondary auxiliary effects. So simply by turning the knob up into the first part of the delay section, we'll give you the delay sound. If you want to go to auxiliary effects like tremolos and octaves and a T-wah, you can turn that same knob all the way to the right and get to the other section. Now to get the other effects, we simply press the top button and it changes color, giving us a different effect. So right now, if it's on red on the effect side, we get a T-wah. So really, really cool and awesome that we can adjust it. And again, we can adjust the actual effect sound just by moving the knob up or down. Again, it's going to give you the most prevalent parameter that to choose from. And then the reverb, we can adjust it the same way as the other effects. So we obviously turn it all the way to the left if we want no reverb, and then we turn it up to get a different level of reverb. And then the button up top will change the type of reverb. So orange will be a hall, green will be plate, red will be spring. I like using plate reverb, so I'm going to keep it on the green here, which is pretty awesome. I'm going to go ahead and add a little delay here. So really, really cool and really sweet that we can now have these optional tone settings, which is pretty awesome. Now, getting into the channel memory thing, now on typical tube amplifiers and amplifiers that most guitar players are used to, right? We're used to having a clean sound and a dirty sound, and all of our effects come from effects pedals. But with the Katana amp, we necessarily don't really need that. We actually have expanded channel settings built into the amp, which is awesome. So we can save 4 channels, just on the face, and then you have an additional set of channels that we like to call the Bank B section. So to get to or save the tone settings, we simply press and hold on the channel button we want to save to. We wait for the channel lights to do a little dance, and then boom, you have channel 1 saved, and it's now going to have this delay and reverb and chorus sound on it. So really, really cool and awesome. So now how to get to the second set of presets, or bank B. So to get to bank B, we're simply gonna press and hold on the panel button until we see the panel button blinking. So once it's blinking, then we've gotten to the second set of channels, or bank B. And again, all these channels are editable. Out of the box, the Katana comes with already saved channel sounds, but you can always adjust them as you go through it. So right now I can hear that there's this type of preset sound. But let's say I didn't want that preset sound and I want to do something a little bit different. So I did like that gain structure, so we're going to adjust that a little bit. We're going to bring up the volume a little bit, bring down the gain, and that whooshing sound that you're hearing is actually a flanger or phaser or filter effect. So I'm actually going to go ahead and take that off, and to remove the effects, we simply just take the effect knob and turn it all the way to the left to disengage that effect, which is pretty cool. And we do the same thing with these. The delay in the effects section. I like having a little bit of reverb on mine, and also keep in mind in the second set B bank presets, the delay is actually summed to the reverb knob. So now reverb knob is controlling both reverb and delay tone, which is pretty cool. And also that is adjustable using Boss Tone Central with the USB, and again, we'll go over that in a future video. So here's what this sound sounds like. So really, really cool sound, super, super awesome. And again, messing around with EQ will help you there. I'm finding that the sound is a little bit bitey on the top end, so I'm gonna go ahead and roll back some of the trebles and mids, kind of crank up the bass a little bit to kind of get a little bit more warmth from it. So now here's what that sounds like. Now, to save that sound to the bank B channel 1 sound. So, the same way we did it in the first set of channels, or the bank A channels, we simply press and hold on the channel button, we wait for the channel lights to do a little dance, and then that's it. You now have saved your sound incomplete and have now officially messed around with the Katana 100 tone settings. So again, my name is Austin from Boss. Thank you so much for watching, and have a great day. See ya!